This is the world's first portable sim racing controller delivering direct drive force feedback in under 4 milliseconds. No cables, no rig, no need for space, just my brother and I and our couch. And a thumb-powered FFB controller that fires you through every corner. And it boots and calibrates in less than 20 seconds. Here is how and why we made it. So, my brother and I have always been obsessed with sim racing. Not just playing, but actually feeling the car. The grip, the weight, the force feedback, all of it. So back in 2021, we built our first wooden rig. For us, it was the coolest thing ever. Way better than the old clamp-on wheel I used on my desk. But there was one giant problem. My parents are divorced, which meant half the week I had no rig. No space, no money for setups, no nothing. Basically, I was sim racing homeless. I tried everything, keyboard, controller, even a joystick. Nothing felt like I wanted it to. And I remember thinking, why can't I just bring this setup with me? Then in October 2024, I came across this YouTuber, 3D Printer Arts. And he had built this handheld wheel thing that looked exactly like the idea in my head. I didn't even know you could buy his design files. So I did the most predictable teenage thing ever. I decided to build my own. The problem? I had zero experience. No electronics, barely any CAD, just my hope. My first prototype B1 was a product of this. It was literally a cardboard box, an encoder taped to the bottom, and 2 potentiometers glued in as pedals. It looked more like a toaster having a mental breakdown than anything else. But the insane part for me is that it actually worked. And suddenly I thought, okay, maybe I can actually do this. The next goal was big for me. It was go wireless and eventually add real force feedback. We tried everything for the force feedback. DC motors, too loose, gear motors, too stiff, stepper motors, too jerky. Nothing felt right. At this point, we were close to having a breakdown. But then one evening, I was scrolling through Instagram as we do, and I saw someone building a robot arm using a BLDC motor, or a brushless DC motor. It was quiet, strong, and precise, exactly what we needed. Around the same time, my dad and my little brother Oliver joined the project. My dad's a mechanical engineer with 25 years of experience, so my CAD files basically got roasted into oblivion. His designs suddenly made our whole project look like, a real product. And Oliver jumped onto the coding and PCB side like his life depended on it. That's when the team was kind of founded. Even with the 3 of us, force feedback was brutal. We spent months trying to get the motor to just center itself. Nothing worked though. We burned through parts so fast AliExpress probably thought we were running a small factory. Then came our real breakthrough. Not what, but who. A retired electrical engineer named Bjarne joined us. 40 years of experience, the kind of guy who debugs with a pencil and a calm smile. He took Oliver under his wing, found the mistakes we were blind to, and within weeks the motor finally fought back. The first moment it resisted our hands, we just stared at each other like, what? At this point it was only basic centering, so no real force feedback. Hey guys, future me here. Just a quick clarification on what I mean by basic centering only. When I turn the wheel with my thumb, the motor simply pushes back and tries to return to the middle. That's it. There's no game data, no road feel, no curbs. So that's why I call it basic centering. It only uses the wheel's orientation to self-center, kind of like a built-in rubber band. The thing we learned is that force feedback isn't just about strength, it's about speed. Our Bluetooth setup felt like trying to drive a car with Wi-Fi. Not ideal. So we had to build our own wireless link. But by doing this, it actually dropped our latency to under 10 milliseconds. And suddenly it started to feel like a real direct drive wheel. By summer 2025, everything started accelerating. We rebuilt the electronics, we rebuilt the firmware, and we rebuilt the mechanics over and over. In September, Oliver and Bjarne got the motor responding to game feedback in under 4 milliseconds, a major breakthrough. So this is how far we are, our used and abused prototype. It has fully wireless force feedback and under 4 milliseconds of latency with our own dongle. The wheel is paired with dual Hall sensor pedals. The batteries are mounted externally for now. Here's the force feedback in case. We pop in the batteries, then it'll calibrate and then connect to the dongle. After that, it's ready for use. We have already developed a new version with internal batteries. dual gear shifter on the bottom of the controller, a OLED display for telemetry, and 4 buttons plus a thumbstick for navigation. But we need your help and we need your feedback. So if you're interested, come join our Discord and help us design it. If you're ready to take it to the next level, we're also looking for beta testers this winter.